how do you, I guess, almost like sell that to someone? If they've come to you with a weight loss goal, at what stage do you say to them, hey, maybe we're not in a position to lose weight? Is it before they sign up? Is it after they sign up? And maybe that becomes a bit clearer from their intake forms. And how do you kind of get them on board with, we need to maybe try a little bit of a different approach this time?
Well, they want fat loss. I'm here for that. If I don't get them fat loss, and I'm a terrible coach, like, sure, they may want a relationship with food, but I'm not here to change the goal for them. So sure, if I'm on a call with them and they're like, right, my goal is fat loss, and I see some evidence of things that maybe I think are a bit red flags, are barriers to them being successful, I'll tell them. Like, I'm honest with them. It's part of building a rapport. Like, I'm not here to immediately week one go, yeah, we're not doing that. Nah, let's go here instead of where you want. Like, you have to facilitate the journey. You know, I'm the vehicle, they're the driver. I'm not going anywhere, or I'm going to be driving into a brick wall if I don't give them what they want to some degree.
Yeah, it's kind of meeting them halfway, isn't it? And where they're at. And
yeah,
obviously, it is their goal at the end of the day. What are some of those red flags that you're looking for? So if someone listening to this is thinking, okay, I've tried dieting a few times before, haven't maybe been successful with it, potentially that's because I'm not really in a position to diet, maybe psychologically or physiologically, but they're like, I'm not really too sure. What are some of those red flags that you're looking out for that would make you go, hey, maybe right now aiming for weight loss or tracking or whatever is probably not the best thing for you?
Well, let's take a woman as an example, right? Fat loss, they come to me, I've got a question in my questionnaire of like, what's your menstrual cycle like at this point? They've got no menstrual cycle, they haven't had it for a year and a half. And I'm like, okay, why? Like, let's just understand, what is your body communicating to you that either you may be aware of, you haven't really thought about it, you didn't realize it was important. So they are, physiological symptoms, and there are psychological symptoms, red flags, right? It's either a behavior, or I get super anxious when I go out to eat on a menu. I freak out. I can't eat carbs. I think I'm going to gain fat as soon as I eat a chocolate bar. Oh, but then I want to lose, 20 kilos. Yeah. So that's my job to be like, okay, how much of this is affecting you right now in your day-to-day? Is it taking up a lot of your headspace? Are you particularly stressed with it? It's their quality of life, right? It's a duty of care as me as a coach to sort of be aware of that.
Yeah. So there's some great psychological kind of red flags there. I'd love to hear a little bit more about the physiological one. So obviously, hypothalamic amenorrhea. Yeah. Your body's not happy. Definitely don't want to be going into a calorie deficit. Mm-hmm. Elaborate on that a little bit more, if that's okay. Like, what other kind of menstrual cycle and hormonal red flags might females be experiencing? Because in my experience of working with quite a lot of female clients now, a good few hundred, they often, because these symptoms are so common, right? A lot of the time they don't see them as an issue. They think they're just normal. Oh, my friend experiences that, and subsequently they don't see it as an issue. So what are some of those other red flags physiologically that women might be experiencing?
Well, they could be things like extreme tiredness, fatigue. They're not recovering from their training sessions. The majority of my demographic are women that are training a lot. They can either be, doing double sessions, CrossFit athletes, or in that kind of realm, or they can just be a weekend warrior and kind of goes to regular classes at the gym. But it's how is their body responding to that? So are they tired all the time? How's their sleep? Are they mentally fatigued? Can they get through a day? Do they need to live off caffeine for the majority of it? What's their stress response like? Heart rate? So yeah, it sounds crazy for a nutrition coach to be saying you take all those things into account, but I can't not at this point, right? Like, health is so multifaceted. If I only focus on one thing, it's ambitious of me to expect that, but that's the service I give, is I need to look at all the facets of health.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of people just think that obviously more training and a better diet, better being subjective here, like less calories, more restrictive, they just automatically correlate that with being better, right? Healthier. Yeah. They don't often understand that more dieting and more training can actually be detrimental and arguably have just as many negative consequences as as being the other way, right? You can overtrain and over diet yourself to hypothalamic amenorrhea, et cetera, et cetera.